No sound.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Mother's Day.
And to you. You have your mother with you?
I have, yeah, my mom is with me. The kids are not here. But we'll be here. One will be here next weekend because he's in a training and coming back from a training in Vegas. And Maka, impossible. She's doing rotations. Impossible to spare a weekend. Yeah, but we will have her soon here in October because she got in a rotation in Georgetown and another one in Sloan in New York. So she'll be here from September to November.
That's
nearby.
Great.
Yeah.
Sean, I think you're muted, Sean.
Yeah. I think his mic is not working. Yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now you are okay.
Okay, good. I had to unmute the mic. Nice.
I need to learn how to troubleshoot. Good morning.
In any event,
Happy Mother's Day.
I was farting around. Happy Mother's Day. Absolutely.
Happy Mother's Day, Kirsten.
Thank you. We deserve to be treated today, don't we?
Yeah, just in case you thought it was Mother's Day and this was going to be an easy, like stretchy bendy class. Nope. No, wrong. I'm kidding. Relax. Enjoy yourself. Next 45 minutes are going to bring a lot of enjoyment to your life, right?
Okay.
Okay, stop talking and start the
I
class.
don't like the lighting.
All right, the lighting we'll have to fix. But anyways, we are where we are today, and we're going to get started by bringing our feet out to the feet out to the side of our mat. We're going to take the sides of the feet and run them parallel to the mat. Let's just gently move, kind of a rhythmic movement at your own pace, side to side. And then you know how you would do like that little hula hoop thing? So just start to circle around the hips.
Oh, like the good old days.
Like the good old days. Yeah. What was that little ring that used to?
Hula hoop.
The hula hoop. Yes, the hula hoop.
Go the other way.
And then reverse. Now, if you could do this with a hula hoop, like reverse direction and keep it from falling, you're pretty good.
Could you do that?
No. My hips were more for a linear or like straightforward movement and then like slight jog side to side, but that's hockey. All right, enough of my history. Let's pull the shoulder. Okay, let's bring the hips steady. Let's take your legs and make them straight. Let's take the ball of each big toe and push it down into your mat. And make sure you still have a connection to the little or the baby toe. Now, without physically moving, let's take the ball of each big toe and try to spiral it in towards the center line. And as you feel those inner thigh muscles start to activate, let's start to grow up from the pubic symphysis, right down from the pubis area, all the way up through the spine, all the way up through the neck, and all the way up through the head. And as you keep that inward rotation and elongation, let's take your shoulders and pull them up, open the palms to face forward, take your hands and pull the arms long, but sweep them backwards also. Take a big inhale and bring the hands all the way to the sky. Let's rotate the thumbs so that they spiral forward. Lower down the arms, shoulder height. Pull your butt back, but keep the legs straight. As you inhale, rotate right slightly, come back center, and then to the left. Remember, we're just warming up. Don't need to be super aggressive with the movement. Kind of like our hula hoop exercise to start. Same kind of effort, just enough to lazily but effectively warm up our bodies. Let's everyone meet back in the center position. Flip the palms to face, sweep the hands to the sky, take a big inhale. And as you exhale, keep the legs straight, fold through the upper body, hip hinging, all the way down into a folded position. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. Keep the back in extension. Take the back of the head and pull it to the sky. Keep all of that in active use as you pull your hips backwards and give me as much weight bearing into the heel of each foot. Don't topple backwards. I say that because I almost did. That's how far back I'd like you to try to get. Now, as you release the next breath, let the upper body just fold down. Let's bring the hands down onto the mat and let's step it back to plank. Let's take your chest and let it kind of sink in between the arms as much as you can. And then take the back of the head and lift it up without elevating the chest. This is kind of like a proud chest in a push-up position. Now, pull your belly button up and into the spine. Straighten out both legs. And take an imaginary string and tie it onto your tailbone. And then take that string and pull the tailbone to the sky and gently move yourself into down dog. Come eye under the tippy toes. And as you drive your heels towards the earth, bring your shoulders back forward to your plank pose. And let's float between the two. Tippy toes, down dog. Heels driving earth, plank. And go through a couple more of those. Now, gently lower the knees down onto the mat today. Pull the hips back. And let's walk the hands forward. Let's float the hips. We're not resting them on our heels. They're above them. And let's walk our hands back in, under the shoulders, using them for supports. Let's bring the knees out to the width of the mat and bring the ball and heel of each foot together. Let the head fall. And then from the center of the spine, pull it to the sky. And then push with the arms. It doesn't matter that those capsules of your shoulder push forward the midline of the body or sideline of the body. Kind of want that nice stretch. Now, keep the arms straight. Take your chest and push it towards the earth. Let it kind of descend down. You can kind of feel the shoulders holding rigid as the chest gets lower to the earth than the shoulders. That's the external rotation that we look for in those shoulder blades. Now take the back of the head, keep the chest pushing to the earth, lift the back of the head, and then flip the tailbone to the sky. And while you're doing that, pull your belly button into the spine. You kind of feel that whole belly region nicely active. Now, get that sensation. Know what it feels like. And keep that as we let the head fall and pull the center of the spine to the sky. And then reverse. And let's do that a couple more times. And then when you're back down to all fours, make a nice neutral position. Let's step the feet out, about knee width apart. It's nice and wide. Take your hips, pull them up so just enough, pull them up just enough so that the knees float off the earth. Now, if you went back to down dog, come join us in bear. It's just a wide stance bear. Let's float forward, float back, float left, float right, and then circle. Imagine you have like a pencil in your belly button. You want to draw a circle. We're circling left to right or counterclockwise, and then bring it back and go clockwise. And then let's lower down onto the knees, walk the hands back out, a floating hip child pose. So we're not sinking the hips down. Walk the fingers forward a little more, get that nice length on the underside of your shoulders. Now, if your elbows, let's try to spiral them outwards and upwards. So we're rotating them from facing the earth out to the side and then towards the sky. They won't go there, of course, unless we do one thing, and that is use our thumb and hand as a pivot point. So let's roll over on the thumb so that the palms face out to the side. You're going to flip over the thumb. It's okay. Pull the hips back, extend the arms out. Push your chest to the earth, but also lift the back of the head to the sky. So many little components for this nice little stretch. Now bring the palms back facing earth. Step the hands back under shoulders. Float the knees, pull the hips to the sky. Very narrow stance, down dog. Drive your heels to the earth. You'll find in this narrower stance, it's more likely, but maybe not actually possible, but more likely to get the heels towards the mat or on them. That nice lower back leg stretching. Take a big inhale, extend to a spine, long spine, coming back into a plank pose. Step your feet forward. We're in folded position. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold back down. Keep your fingertips spread widely. Cup the hands so that it's just the finger and thumb tips touching the earth. Give you as much of a straight leg as you can. And then pull your butt backwards. You can feel some nice lengthening through those hamstrings of yours. As you inhale, extend a little more. Pull the back of the head a little higher to the sky. Pull the butt back a little more. As you exhale, fold back down, bend both knees. Step each palm onto your shin. And if your elbows are narrow, make them nice and wide. And if your shoulders have pulled forward, pull them up towards the sky. Keep the shoulders actively pulling to the sky as you pull the back of the head towards the sky. Keep the hips low and unhinge through them. When the palms hit your kneecaps, release off top. Let the arms be long and let the hands sweep back. Feel a nice opening. Now take your thumbs, spiral them backwards. As you inhale, sweep your arms to the sky and say, oh, what a great day. What a great Mother's Day. Now, as you inhale, take the left hand, push it to the sky, but also take the right hand to a lesser extent and push to the sky, and then take your left hip and push it to the side. Long lengthening through that left side body. Now come back up with the hands. Take the right hand, push it up ever so slightly more than the left, but both are pushing skyward. Take the right hip, push it out to the side. Oh, this side always feels problematic for me. I don't know about you. Come back up center. As you inhale, palms face forward. As you exhale, spiral the fingers or thumbs towards the earth as you lower hands down, shoulder height. With a relatively straight leg, pull the butt back. The only way that that really happens is there has to be a hip hinge, which is basically what we're doing. So we have a slight lean forward. Now, the distance between the hands, let's keep it real, and then rotate towards the right. This time we're going to be a little more assertive with our rotation. Take it over as far as you can, and then slowly rotate it back. As much weight bearing as you can in the heels. And then keep the rotation going as far to the left as possible. And then come back center. Flip the palms to face. Raise the hands to the sky. Beautiful. As you inhale, grow the spine longer, but pull the butt back and keep the legs straight. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. Give me a hover low. And then push back up. Pull the hips up and back to down dog. Come back to plank. Hover low and hover high. And
Did we lose them?
oh,
They
you're back?
froze.
Oh, they're back.
All right. Kirsten, take over the class. Actually, can you go bring that thing outside? We forgot to do that in the bedroom. All right, sorry about that. Everything's frozen.
Take it up from there.
Are you guys back? Can you hear me? Everyone's
Now
frozen.
we can.
All right. All right. We lost connection. Sorry about that.
The new computer. Should have bought an Apple.
All right, is everyone there? Looks like it. Okay. All right. Resuming. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Let's fold all the way down on the exhale. Step it all the way back to plank. Let's take your heels and drive them towards the earth. Then pull your butt up and back to down dog. Float it back to your plank pose. And then gently lower down onto your mat. Now there's the option to lift your head so that your face isn't mushing into your mat. Let's keep that option through this whole set of exercises we're going to do. So right now, our hands are beside the shoulders, a little wider than shoulder width apart. And the elbows have an orientation to go up to the sky. We're going to take our palms and lift them up off the earth. So this is really an activation of the muscles between the shoulder blades. You can kind of feel those muscles being active as we gently lower down the palms onto the earth. Exhale, let's bring the hand, shoulders are, push up. What's going on?
Can they hear you?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Oh, there they are.
Yeah. Do you want to teach the class and I'll watch this or?
Okay. Okay. I'm on class. Shauna's on technology. See how this goes. Big deep breath. Come down halfway, arms by your side. Pull in the stomach, arms out to the side, make them as long as you can. So you want to have your wrist and shoulders in the same line, and then release the palms back down, come into a full fold. Let the head go where it wants to. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Come all the way back up, sweep your arms to the sky. Come back down halfway, palms face the earth. Try to lift the hands a little higher as you suck in your belly. And then relax all the way down. You're just looking through your knees. Inhale, extend to a flat back. From here, if you can, with a straight leg, hands to the floor, start taking baby steps, come into a plank. Hold your high plank. Now you're going to let both heels go to the right. The hip's going to come down a little bit. So we're trying to really activate our oblique muscle. Come back up onto those toes. Keep your hips a little on the high side, and then come back to the heels to the left, and then lower the hips. Should feel this right around the waistband of your pants. Come back up onto your toes. Pull through down dog, left leg lifts. Pull forward, keep the leg up, shoulders over wrists. Take that left leg off the mat, foot is off the mat, and give me some toe taps. Really trying to use your butt here. Bring it back in, meet me back in your down dog, right leg lifts. Pull it forward to plank, keep your foot up, take it off the mat, give me 5 toe taps. Come back to plank, take it to your down dog. Left leg lifts. Open the hip as high as you can to the ceiling. Lift your leg a little higher. Lift your foot a little higher. Bend the leg. Now work the knee up. Put the foot back down. Meet me back in your plank. Heels to the right. Lift them back to the toes. Heels to the left. Back up, down dog, right leg up. Open the right hip this time, all the way to the sky. Bend the leg. Work your knee up a little higher. Come back to plank. Give me a nice little slow hover right to your up dog. You're on the tops of your feet. Lift your knees up. Okay. Hips up, down dog. Sean's taken over. I'm just gonna chill.
Back to our Mother's Day torture. Back to Mother's Day torture. From the bear position, let's elevate the knees. Now, pull the hips up to the sky. Keep up on your tippy toes. Take the back of the head and lift it to the sky. And then take your chest and try to float it in towards your legs. Drive the heels down onto your earth. Come back to your mat, plank pose. Hover it low. Take it all the way back to your mat. How's that for a smooth transition? Did anyone notice that? Hardly at all, I bet. Now, let's separate the hands so they're a little wider than shoulder width apart. This has to rank up with one of Kirsten's favorite exercises. I'm not sure about Val or Sue or Anne, but this is definitely one of hers. Now, take the back of the head, lift it to the sky. We're just creating an activation. We're still on the chest. That's our support. Let's step the legs together and bring the thighs to touch. And with a little bit of flexion in the knee, we're just enough to elevate the toes up off the mat. Let's enjoy this for a couple more breaths. Squeeze the thighs together. And then slowly pull the elbows towards the sky, just enough to elevate the palms up off the mat. Now, take the palms, scoot them across the face of your earth, rotating the arms down so that the baby fingers rotate onto the hips. Elbows are elevated high, thumbs are spiraling up to the sky, thighs are squeezing, elbows are pulling together. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale it, relax everything down. Return the palms back under the shoulders, pull the hips up and back, come onto all fours. Float the knees when you're ready. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, take the right hand and left foot and step them forward about 3 or 4 inches. Do the same with the left, our opposite side. So we're back together again in our floating bear. Float the hips backwards, far back as you can. Now, this time I want you to try to target the heels. Pull your butt down towards the heels. Feel a nice lengthening over those front leg muscles. Come back into your bear. Take the back of the head, pull it to the sky. Take your chest, push it towards the earth. Take your butt, pull it backwards towards the heels. All the way back. And then float back to your floating bear. Pull the back of the head high to the sky. Push your chest towards the earth. Don't worry, we're almost off of this. This time, pull your belly button up and into the spine. Keep all of that muscle you just activated active. Pull your hips back all the way. Keep going. And then gently lower the knees. Extend your hands out. child's pose. This time you could flip the feet so that the tops of them are touching your mat, and then let the butt drop down. If you can get it all the way down to the heels, that's great. This is a target area suggestion. May not be actual. And as we regain our breath, begin to elongate through the spine. Walk your hands forward more. Feel a nice pull through the arms. Arms are relatively straight. Fingers are kind of just pulling a little more forward. Kind of feel the underside of the arm getting nice length. And then let's walk your hands back towards your body. Come up onto all fours. Flip your toes under. Take your butt, pull it to the sky. Drive your heels to the earth and then step your feet forward. Frame your feet with your hands. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. Pull the butt back as you keep extension through the spine. Keep extending through the spine. Pull the back of the head slightly to the sky and bring your back parallel to your mat. And then release the fingertips up off the earth. Take your thumbs and spiral them upwards, bringing your arms to run parallel with the side of your body. Take the head, make it long, make that neck long, make your chest proud. Push your chest towards your pull, your belly button up and into the spine. Straighten the legs, take a big inhale, sweep the arms forward, palms facing the sky. Come all the way up to standing. Rotate the palms now to face. Separate the fingers and use them to pull the arms long and everything elevating towards the sun. And then we're going to salute it by folding forward, letting the arms come out beside you. Come all the way down. And then have a seat on the mat. Smooth transition. This is one of the smoothest transitions in yoga. Yeah, it's all kind of, oh, now. The ischium, our sit bones, those bony little protuberances on your pelvic girdle. I'm going to kind of like move the flesh around, all that muscle. Get it out of the way so you can kind of feel a little type of bony connection, if you will, with your mat. Now I have my feet separated about the width of the mat. I recommend doing that. Now, flexion and extension. So right now my feet are extended. The angle of my ankles is wide open. I'm going to bring it to flexion. So it closes down that angle in the hip, sorry, in the ankles. Now, chest is going to make proud. And then I'm going to keep making the chest proud as I let the upper body kind of drift backwards. And you're going to feel an intense pull through the low pubis area, right across the hips. Those are your hip flexors being highly active right now. Let's walk the fingers forward, keeping the arms relatively straight, making the neck relatively long. And then take the thighs and bring them together. Keep that chest proud. Open the thighs back, a little wider than hip width apart. From the tailbone and each subsequent vertebrae above it start to begin to descend towards the mat, your upper body. Hollow out the tummy as you come down. One slow vertebrae at a time. All the way down. Extend the legs straight. Bring the hands directly above your chest. Palms are facing. Pull towards the sky the fingers and elongate the arms. Check in with your shoulder blades. The arms are long, keep them long, and then flatten out the blades. So you feel a nice broader connection. You know when you're ridging or riding on the ridge of your shoulder blades because it kind of feels compressed in one area, and you can kind of feel the distribution of weight across more area on that back shoulder blade area. You know you've flattened them out. Now, drop the chin into the chest, which means you have to lift your head and then peel up one vertebrae at a time. Now that we've used these muscles and activated them, your strength of gathering the use of them should be a little more effective. Did you feel stronger? Good. Now, dive the fingers past the heels. When we talk about flexion in the spinal column, this is what we talk about now. We're not extended and a nice rounding to the back. We're just enjoying a little bit of a stretch. Flex the feet. Now, let the fingertips slide, the baby fingers that is, across your mat. Coming back to almost seated position, high flexion in the spine. The belly button pulling into the spine as we gently lower the upper body slowly down. And you notice the intensity of this work is a little less than what we previously did to kind of get down onto the earth. You can take your arms all the way back. You're going to find length between the two. Now we're going to provide toe pointing, extension through the ankle, extension through the whole upper body, pull in opposite direction. Now, if your belly button's just hanging out, use the muscles underneath of it and pull it in towards your spine. Keep that activation real. Bring the arms back over chest, chin drops down onto your chest and slowly peel up one at a time. And then dive towards the heels and extend your spine as you inhale. And as you exhale, fold back down. Pull your belly button into the spine and begin your descent back to your mat. Arms sweep all the way up overhead. Separate your fingers widely. Take your thumbs and turn them in to point at each other. And then take your thumbs and spiral them towards the sky. So your palms should be facing out and away from the body. Let's bring the hands back, the arms back overhead with the thumbs spiraling towards the sky. I'd like you to try to reach back, try to lengthen through those arms, not bending through the elbows, pulling along the whole upper body. Bring your feet into flexion. Sweep the hands back up over chest. The palms continue their outward rotation. Drop your chin in towards your chest and begin to peel up one vertebrae at a time. Diving the fingertips and thumb tips towards the heels. Try to find a little more length through this than previous. As you inhale, come up to a seated position into staff pose. I know I've used that staff meeting thing a little bit too much, so we're going to go there anyways. Draw the shoulders up towards the ears. Bring the hands with palms facing the earth up shoulder height. My body's leaking. Now, my fingers are nice and wide, so should yours be too. Let's keep them wide and then rotate the thumbs downward. This is inward rotation. Love it. And then we're going to rotate to face, rotate to the sky, and then rotate externally. Keep the external rotation and then sweep the arms all the way back. Make the chest proud. Try not to compress through the neck. You can imagine growth through the whole. Oh, you got it. It is Mother's Day. So there's no or little compression for the neck. Now, take your palms, flip them to face the earth, and then continue to rotate them so that the thumbs are now pointing down as best you can directly at the earth. Let's bring the arms back together in the front. Beautiful. Round through the back, dive the fingertips down towards the heels and enjoy. As you inhale, extend to a long spine, pulling the head to the sky. Float it back to your staff pose. Palms face the earth. Rotate the fingers down. Now sweep the arms to the sky. And then lower down, shoulder height. Flip the palms to face the sky. Sweep the arms back up. And then lower back down. Flip the thumbs to face the earth. Raise the arms back up. And then lower down, shoulder height. Flip the palms to face the sky. Arms up. And then do it one more time.
That was one. That's two.
All right. Come all the way down onto your back.
Oh my goodness.
I've become Lily's personal salt lick.
Lily, stop. Lily, come here.
Yeah. With your legs extended all the way straight. I think Kirsten said, is class over? No, not yet. We got some more fun. Now, let's separate your heels about hip width apart. And then step your left foot in towards your hip. Plant that foot flatly on the earth. And if you have a very acute angle and bend in the knee, try to make it a little less acute. So if you can imagine the heel of your foot is about 5 or 6 inches off your butt on that left side. Beautiful. Now take the toes of the right foot and flex them. So you have a big activation. You feel that shin muscle, highly active. Keep that active. Now, before we do anything else, I want you to try to shore up your hips, because when we start something, which is the leg lifting on the right side, your body's going to want to roll towards the right. So I want you to eliminate that roll. So I want you to kind of get tight through your core and keep it tight, and then lift the leg. You should feel little or no roll onto the right side. We're going to keep lifting up all the way so that the foot comes right up over your belly button. Now, some of us may be able to reach up and grab the foot. Some of us may need a towel. Some of us can just grab behind the knee, interlocking the fingers and grabbing the knee. But whatever version of grasp you execute, let's make sure you keep the leg nice and straight. And then while you keep it straight, we're going to try to find a little more pull through that hamstring, but we're going to activate slightly differently today. So we're not just going to yank on that foot or back of knee or whatever. We're going to keep that leg extended straight, and then I'm going to try to pull my heel away from the body and then pull towards me, whatever grasp I'm choosing, the leg. So I'm trying to actively pull the leg away with the muscles, while I'm using my hands and or arms to actively pull the leg in towards my body. It's going to intensify the stretch. Does it feel more intense? Great. Now, relax that. Extend that leg all the way down slowly, slowly. When the foot hits the earth, try to make the leg long, and then bend the right knee, bring it up over the hips, take the right foot and sweep it over that left thigh, and then gently alight the side of the foot.
4 point.
Yeah, so it's like a 4-point stretch, or figure 4 stretch, as I call it. Now, take your hands and reach them around, come up off the back of your head so you can kind of see what you're doing, onto the thigh, the back of the thigh, and then lower your head back down and lift the leg. So now we kind of have a nice area to pull from. We're starting to find release through that right hip. We have a lot of flexion going on in that left hip as we get that leg closer to the body. Now, people that are tight, which includes me, will see that your pelvis and your tailbone will start rolling or peeling up off the mat. Let's try to reverse that. Let's try to roll down. So, you know, in down dog, when I ask you to flip your tailbone to the sky, it's the same kind of muscle activation. So take your arms and use it to pull in the left leg and deepen or intensify the stretch happening over that right hip, across the outside of, and the outside of that right hip. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, let's lower that left foot down onto the mat. And this time, let's lower the right foot right beside it. And when it lands on the mat, extend the left foot all the way out. Same setup, opposite side. Hips are secure because your core is engaged. Let's begin to lift that left leg. It's slowly ascending all the way up. If we can find a nice position of it above your belly button or above your hips, keeping the legs straight. Grasp of your choice, towel, finger around toe, hands around the back. Let's grab a hold of whatever you're going to get a hold of. Keeping the legs straight. Begin to pull the leg towards the earth on the away from the body towards the earth. And as you begin to activate the muscle that enables that to happen, use the opposite side, the grasp side, to pull in the leg. We're basically battling ourselves. And then let's release that. Let the leg descend towards the mat slowly. You're once again engaged in core stabilization. When it hits the earth, bend the knee, pull it up over the hip, take the left foot and let it land on your right thigh. Let's grasp behind those strong muscles in your thighs and begin to pull in the right leg towards the body, flipping the tailbone down towards the earth, making the chest proud. We didn't talk about that on the last side, on the other side. Make it nice and proud. Try to get in just a little deeper. And then let that right foot return to the earth. Let's do the same with the left. Let's pull the knees up and into the chest and bring the forehead up to meet the knees. Let's rock from front to back, all the way up into a seated position. Nice. Wow. I'm leaking into my eyes. All right, let's cross your legs in your preferred style. I like to do, I think it's called half lotus. So be nice and tall. We're going to take our hands and bring our fingertips onto the mat in front of us. And then we're going to let the spine go into flexion. As you inhale, bring the spine into extension. Pull the back of the head to the sky. Keep all of that spinal muscle and neck muscle active as we walk the hands forward. So we're working the extensors of our back as we fold or hinge through our hips, descending the upper body to the earth. And then at a certain point, you'll know when that is. Let it go. Let the spine go into flexion. And then walk the hands back in towards the body. Most likely you've crossed the legs in your preferred style. We're going to get a little wonky and switch it up. The opposite side. Now, take a big inhale. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the neck. Bring your fingertips upon your earth and start to walk them forward. You'll notice the pulls on one side through the hips might be different than the other. And result, all we're trying to do is bring a balance back to the body. That's what our effort's been for today. At the point where it's time to go into flexion, embrace it, let it happen. Let's walk the hands back towards us. Make yourself comfortable. I'm going to extend my legs. Let's bring our hands over hearts. Let's get this Mother Day started, right? Thank you so much for showing up today. I wish everyone a happy Mother's Day and thank you for joining us. Namaste.
Namaste.
Mama, now stay in bed today. Oh.
Thank you. That was good.
Thank you very
Great
much.
way to start the
you.
day.
Sorry for all the interruptions. I
Right.
think we got it all figured out now that we had the problem happen. So
Don't
appreciate
worry.
your patience.
No problem.
No problem. No
No
problem.
problem.
That's what moms do. They just solve problems.
That's what we do.
Yes.
All right, kids.
Sue, are you
Well,
going to
happy,
see your mom?
am I?
Yeah.
I had dinner with her and Debbie on Thursday. We took dinner to her house Thursday, but I'll probably drop by for a minute. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
And Val,
Well,
your
you're-
mom is with you, right?
I do.
Wow.
I don't have the kids, but I have my mom.
And your
That's
dog.
good.
I'm a dog, yes.
But and
All right, have a nice day.
Okay, love to you
You
all.
too.
Mwah. See you
See
Tuesday.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a nice day, Kirsten.
Thank you.
and you too. Happy
Mwah.
Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's
Thank you.
Day. Bye.